Imagine a time before humans, before even mammals truly dominated, a world where colossal, awe-inspiring creatures roamed the earth. For centuries, humanity has unearthed their bones, sparking myths and legends. But what if I told you the very first of these magnificent beasts, the first true dinosaur, isn't just a simple discovery, but a thrilling scientific saga that continues to unfold even today? Welcome back to Ancient Echoes, the show where we blend cutting-edge tech with prehistoric mysteries. Today, we're diving deep into perhaps one of the most debated questions in paleontology. Who was the first dinosaur? It's a journey not just through geological time, but through the evolution of scientific thought itself, proving that even in the ancient past, our understanding is constantly being updated. Our story begins long before the term dinosaur ever existed. Picture 1677, when Dr. Robert Plot, an English naturalist, published the earliest known illustration of what we now recognize as a dinosaur bone, specifically a Megalosaurus femur. He, however, mistakenly attributed it to a giant human, a common misinterpretation of the era. A few decades later, in 1699, Edward Lude took another step, providing the first scientific treatment of what we now know was a sauropod tooth. These early observations, while not fully understood at the time, slowly laid the groundwork, moving us away from myths and towards the idea of extinct colossal reptiles that once walked our planet. This was all happening as dinosaurs themselves first appeared on the scene during the Triassic period, roughly 243 to 233 million years ago. The formal naming of these ancient giants began in the early 19th century. In 1824, William Buckland scientifically described and named Megalosaurus, marking it as the first non-avian dinosaur species to receive a formal scientific designation. A year later, in 1825, Gideon Mantle, with credit to his wife Mary Ann for the initial find, identified and named Iguanodon. But the pivotal moment arrived in 1842, renowned anatomist Sir Richard Owen, recognizing shared unique anatomical features, especially that distinctive upright stance with legs positioned directly beneath their bodies, coined the term Dinosauria. This terrible lizard umbrella grouped Megalosaurus, Iguanodon, and Hylaeosaurus, fundamentally changing how these creatures were perceived and studied. Now, the question of the first dinosaur isn't as straightforward as you might think. Is first about the earliest discovery of a bone, the first scientific description, the first formal naming, or the first to be classified under the term Dinosauria? Each answer shifts our focus. For instance, the proposed name Scrotum humanum in 1673 for Plot's fossil was thankfully rejected by the International Commission on Zoological Nomenclature, highlighting early taxonomic struggles. And when we talk about the absolute oldest dinosaur, the title is constantly contested. For a long time, Eoraptor was considered a prime candidate. However, more recent findings have placed Niasaurus parentani, dating back approximately 243 million years, as a very strong contender, perhaps even the closest known relative to the very first dinosaurs. This ongoing debate perfectly illustrates the dynamic nature of paleontology. Our understanding of these creatures has also evolved dramatically. Early depictions of Megalosaurus, for instance, imagined it as a quadrupedal, almost elephant-like beast. It wasn't until later discoveries, like the bipedal Hadrosaurus falci, that scientists truly grasped the upright, often two-legged posture that defined many dinosaurs. These constant corrections, driven by new fossil evidence and analytical techniques, continuously refine our scientific beliefs. So, the story of the first dinosaur is less about a single definitive answer, and more about a magnificent scientific journey. It's a testament to the fact that even when studying millions of years-old fossils, science is never truly settled. New discoveries, enabled by cutting-edge imaging and genetic analysis, continue to challenge and enrich our understanding of dinosaur origins, evolution, and classification. The past, it seems, is still very much alive, waiting for us to uncover its next secret.